as it's summer, I thought it might be nice to create a summer inspired arrangement. For this arrangement, I will have scissors and some twine, and that's all you'll need. It's going to be a hand-tied bouquet. So I've got an array of flowers in front of me, and I'm not sure that I'll use every single flower and every single type of flower, but they're here for my use. So I'll start with some eucalyptus gum. This is what I'll be using as my green. I'm going to try and keep it more flower focused, but I'll have some of these beauties in through it. I've also got some local dusty pink blush spray roses, and I have a bunch of dahlias that I bought a while ago, and so they're a bit wilty, a bit droopy, dropping, not wilt, droopy. That's alright, because I'm not selling them or anything like that, it's just for today. I've also got some zinnia, some orange, and then this sort of multicoloured pinky purple with the green centre. I have some feather celosia. I have some beautiful bright yellow sunflowers, and I have some white bachelor button, and I've got a few that I might use, might not, cosmos. Now, when I think of summer, I think of yellows and oranges and even pinks. So that's what my colour palette is going to be made of. I don't really have a vision of what I want this to look like. I just want it to feel bright, happy, and you know, inspire summery feelings. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to start with the biggest flower heads first, which happen to be my sunflowers. They are a bit awkward to use to begin with, because, you know, if you have a focal flower that's more round, it just sits nicer in your hand. I'm going to be using this as my pretend bind or pretend vase, and that's how I'll be holding as loose as I can my stem. I'm also going to be spiraling. So this is straight stems. You basically just have all stems going up and down like that. But spiraling requires placements going at an angle. So so the first stem sits straight, the second stem goes behind on an angle, and then the third stem goes on an angle. Flowers do move, but don't worry, you will be able to pull up, pull down, whichever way you need. So I'll be adding to this from the back and the front in the angle positions. Okay, so that's spiraled stems. I might end up changing my mind and moving to dahlias. So I'll get a sunflower and I will start from there. Might just go with this guy. He's a bit wibbly wobbly, but we'll see. And I'm going to I do like to add a bit of foliage next. But as I said, I'm trying not to make this a foliage situation. I want it to be focused on the flowers more. I will be grouping meaning, you know, sunflowers go with sunflowers and whatnot. But I've decided that I actually like them dotted. Dotted meaning you might have a dahlia here and a dahlia there. It's just dotty. This is grouped. Because of my table and the video length, I'm just gonna get rid of some stem just to make life easier for me. So I also have a mirror in front of me. It helps me see my design front on, because I tend to work from the back. So I'm going to keep this like this for now. It's usually good to have the bigger, you know, between these two flower heads, sunflower heads, this is bigger. So I do try and keep the big petals, big flower heads at the bottom. So I'm still spiraling. Every placement thus far has, so straight, this is on an angle, and I'm going to put him again this way, so you don't have to go back, front, front. Then I'm going to get one of my many dripping dahlias, because I should have done this days ago. Don't be afraid to pull off flowers that you don't need. And always checking for holes. Yeah, I might get rid of this guy because I might use them at the back a bit later. I'm just going to look in my mirror, don't mind me. I love using the little buds. I'm going to pull them off and use them elsewhere. So I don't want this to be, you know, too sunflower heavy. I do have a lot more sunflowers though, so. And because of this this sunflower's neck is a bit dangly, I'm just going to put them down a bit more. You can wire flowers. I don't tend to do that much. Okay, this is beginning to look dotted. Don't particularly want the sunflowers to be dotted. All the dahlias. I might just tuck in there. At the beginning it's kind of a bit, you know, touch and go sort of. But as you add more flowers, and you can see your design better. This guy is very top heavy. I have these smaller pinks dahlias, so I am holding this a lot tighter just because these sunflowers are not exactly where I want them to be, but I might try and get this flower underneath. I'll tuck them under as much as I can. Okay, so it's sort of starting to come together in a way that I'm liking. There's this hole that's bothering me, so I'm going to insert this flower and make sure that it's in its spiraled piece. Like, I'm not sticking that straight, it's going in that way. Okay, so I'm beginning to see where I'm going with this now. It needs to come out a bit. Just going to use this guy for some body. So I'm not liking that it's basically a triangle. So I'm going to do something about that. Just visually, I might tuck him in a bit lower. So he's still there, but he's not prominent. I'm also staggering flowers, you know, some are real low and others are poking out a bit more. I think I just need more bulk. I do let flowers kind of, I believe they kind of like, not talk to you, but just their shape and yeah, whatnot, kind of show you where they'll need to be. I do keep my flowers front facing. I just prefer it that way unless it's going to be something that is viewed from all different angles. And what I'm doing here is like I just test where I might put it before I actually secure it in. I really do love pink, yellow, and pink and orange. It's just one of my favourite combos, not just in flowers, but in life. I'm going to poke them out a bit. It doesn't want to, so I might do it a bit later. But that's where I want to put them. Don't like this line. I might not even keep him here. I don't know where I'll keep him. I sort of liked him lifting out a bit. But it didn't look like he did. So I might leave him for a bit, come back to him. Now if you let go of your grip a bit, it opens up the flowers a bit more. They're not as tight and squished and whatnot. Okay, you can see it's starting to bulk up a bit more, which is good. That's what I want. Bring this guy down a bit. It's not round. I'm trying to make it a bit, you know, free flowing. Ooh, I haven't used any bachelor buttons. I don't even know if I will need it, but I do like adding it's for interest. So I might find where the spiral is going and find where he is at the bottom. Put my cosmos. There. And I'm going to snip your stem. Thinking there needs to be more yellow. Definitely didn't become sunflowery, so that's good. I didn't want that. I definitely wanted some flowers in it. See how like you've got the sunflowers here and you can kind of see it at the back there? I like that. It adds the dimension. This guy is tucked away, but you know, if it's on the side, that's kind of cool. I feel like we need one in here though. Facing like being tucked in a bit. Let's bring them out a bit. But yeah, so if it's facing this way, you can see. I like him hidden here. Sometimes having them kind of at the back hidden gives you the depth, gives you the colour, but it doesn't overpower, overtake. I wish I had more of these guys because they're really nice and floaty. Put my cosmos. There. And I'm going to snip your stem. Thinking there needs to be more yellow. Definitely didn't become sunflowery, so that's good. I didn't want that. I definitely wanted some flowers in it. See how like you've got the sunflowers here and you can kind of see it at the back there? I like that. It adds the dimension. This guy is tucked away, but you know, if it's on the side, that's kind of cool. I feel like we need one in here though. Facing like being tucked in a bit. Let's bring them out a bit. But yeah, so if it's facing this way, you can see the sunflowers. And I've used a lot of, you know, muted tones with these poppy, you know, yellows and the pinks and the oranges because it does subdue the arrangement a bit more, which is good for if you don't want a bright arrangement, basically. There's a hole I want to get at right there, right in there. Yeah, if I had more cosmos, whatever, however you want to pronounce it, there's such, you know, beautiful, dangly, dainty flowers. They add movement to a piece. Just go down a bit more. Move him over a bit more. Maybe less twins here. If he's too much, I might get rid of him completely. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's, to me, summery. It's not too sunflowery, even though I used all of the sunflowers. Although I could have used more pink, yellow if I wanted. Just to really, yellow is just so summery to me. You know, obvious one because of the sun. Alright, I'm going to keep fiddling if I don't stop, so I am going to, after this, gum addition. Going to tie it up and then stop. This is just a hand-tied bouquet, but you can just, well, you know, really it's more shaped like a bridal bouquet, but here's your stem here. Oh, that's much more comfortable. So if it was a bridal bouquet, I would probably cut up to the, so that you can just see the flowers only and not everything else. So this is my summer inspired hand-tied bouquet. I might put this guy up a bit, just because I've got a bit of a eye situation going on. In fact, I want to move him off center a bit more. Yeah, that's better. In my mind anyway. There it is.